What
the fuck was that? Hi guys, what the fuck?
Today we're talking about David Ray Parker, otherwise known as Parker Can't Lose. Parker Lewis Can't Lose. I've been waiting all day to say that.
Well, tonight we're talking about the Toy Box Killer.
He had a lot of toys. Didn't have Transformers. Had no Transformers. I was very much upset with that.
Hey!
Because I love my Transformers. If you can tell right here, let me bring Grimlock down.
Again?
1980.
Hey,
from the
This
Transformers.
is Tom's World is, here.
From the Transformers, the movie.
Hi.
Comes with Willie.
Hi, Calvin. Hi, Jillian. Hi. This is Tom's World.
Okay.
Yeah, he's rough.
He was very like, you think there would be a lot of Christmases with him and stuff like that, but there wasn't. There was no toys in that toy box. Not that we would like. Okay.
I'm gonna, yeah.
Hi, Calvin.
Hi.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so today we are talking about David Parker Ray.
Oh, we got a site where we got this from too, right there.
I know. Hold on. So, we get a bunch of notes from a bunch of different locations. Tonight, we looked some information up on Wikipedia because usually they have just like the gist of everything. But then also, there's another location called All That's Interesting.
For the most part, when it comes to like serial killers and stuff like that, we just need a reminder of what they did, and it just pops in our head because we watch a lot of that stuff and read a lot of stuff. David Ray Parker, when it came to like Wikipedia today, they didn't have too much stuff on him other than his trials.
Yeah, Tom, thank you for bringing him into the show so he would drink before our show.
I had one beer.
Playing.
I'm freaking Viking. Not only am I a Viking, I am Viking. I can drink. And then I can throw up too.
All right.
I'm sorry. He does look like the pissed off neighbor next door. Very much so. Oh, we got to do the trigger warning.
We're going to.
Mm-hmm.
I was just waiting for you.
You're always waiting for me.
Mm-hmm. Give me a moment.
Uh-oh. There we go.
Alrighty, guys. Warning, the following video contains explicit language which may be offensive to some viewers and or inappropriate for children. The content within this video is intended for mature audiences only. Viewer discretion is definitely advised.
Yeah, this is going to be a brutal one. This is definitely because there's a lot of...
Every time you mention murder, take a drink.
Oh. Yeah, this one we're not going to really mention murder too much in this one. Because he didn't...
Oh, no. Let's not. Hi, Richard. Hi, Dom.
Oh, Richard's back!
What's up?
Okay.
She's playing.
I know.
All right. So, David Parker Ray, the Toy Box Killer, is believed to have tortured and killed more than 50 women inside his soundproof trailer. The problem here?
Not one
never
body.
Found any of the bodies. I know, I just, like...
Jessica!
Apparently she likes poop. That is towards you.
What? I don't know. What are you talking about? I'm not the one who's always put on my Facebook page.
Would you please stop doing that
Doing
with my
what?
Page? Please?
It's not me.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
There's no one writing poop on your page.
Yeah. Hi, Ryan. How are
Ryan.
you?
So, yeah,
we're getting back into this. Let me show you a picture of this.
Doesn't he look like the neighbor who's pissed off all the time?
Super nice looking man, right?
No, he looks like he's just a total fucking asshole.
He looks like that prick that's like across the street from you that's always upset because like you put something on your own lawn.
That right there is as much as we can show of his toy box because there's a lot of graphic detail in there. If you want to find anything about to actually look at the pictures, just go Google them. Google Toy Box Killer and it'll come right up. So
I'm good, thanks. I know that was me asking how you were, but it's just perfect timing. Did they look in the toy box? I believe so.
I mean, they kind of had to. They did arrest him.
So, March 19th, 1999, 22-year-old Cynthia Vigil was
Oh, so this is kind of starts off
in a parking lot. She was a sex worker.
hooking.
I'm being
I know.
I'm changing things around, so I'm not saying
Well, you
things
already said it.
verbatim.
So, but this is kind of so. This
Hold
is so this is taking place at the end of his when he got caught.
Yes. Well, so she was she was being a lot lizard in Albuquerque, okay? And a man claiming to be an undercover cop told her that she was under arrest for solicitation and put her in the back of his car. She says, he told me I was under arrest and put handcuffs on me. And so, in reality, this man was David Parker Ray. He brought her back to his soundproof trailer that was nearby, which he called his toy box. He then chained her to basically a gynecologist table in the center of this trailer, and over the next 3 days raped and tortured her with the help from his girlfriend named Cindy Hendy.
He also had I think we'll get into this a little bit later on.
He looks like a science teacher with
he also
secrets.
had help from his daughter too. His daughter was actually in on this stuff too.
He looks like a science teacher with secrets.
Yep.
Pretty much. He was doing experiments.
Oh, something like that.
We could actually show this.
You can show that one. It doesn't have. It doesn't have all the sex toys and all the stuff that he would use. So, yeah, he did some pretty vile things to people in this place.
Don't all science teachers have secrets?
They do.
Yeah.
Are we talking about Bill Nye the Science Guy right now?
Well, he's not really. Never
I
mind.
know.
He's Bill Nye, not really the science guy. I'm sorry.
He's Bill Nye the comedian is what he is, really.
Yeah. So here's his toy box. I'm glad some of it's pretty blurred.
But yeah, you can see the table in the middle of it.
But that's the table that we're talking about. It has like the straps on, the stirrups or whatever on it. And yeah, so basically he raped and tortured her with the help of his girlfriend, Cindy Hendy. I would change my name. They used whips, medical instruments, electric shock, various sexual toys, dildos and all that kind of stuff. And before her torture, he would play a cassette tape with a recording that detailed exactly what she was about to endure.
It wasn't even just that. He would also play. He would play stuff.
Well,
they never. Sorry, go ahead.
Listen, though. On the cassette tape, he explained that she was to refer to him only as master. And the woman with him was referred to only as mistress. And never to speak unless spoken to first. He would then explain exactly how he was going to rape and torture her. And what exactly he planned to do. How, when, everything. Vigil stated that the way he talked, I didn't feel like this was his first time. It was like he knew what he was doing. He told me I was never going to see my family again. He told me he would kill me like the others. Now what were you going to say? Sorry.
He even got into the one of the things that we're going to bring up here is that that looks like my Wednesday night. Oh, cool. So one of the things that one of the things that we're going to bring up here is that none of his victims were ever found. The actual murdered victims, not one bit. He does describe where he put them, all this other stuff, but what was it, a lake in Utah or one of them? But the lake was so deep, or there was so much murky mud at the bottom of it, that they couldn't find the victims.
They would literally have to like dredge.
And when they dredged it, they couldn't find the victims. They couldn't find them. So when it came to reading things. Or he had one thing where he was explaining bestiality that he was doing and stuff like that, but they don't know if that stuff is true or not. One of the things that serial killers do is they embellish their story majorly, especially even serial rapists. They're going to, when they get caught, so they're going to say, "Oh, I did this, this, and this." You know, but it's not exactly. We don't know if this is exactly true because he did catch these girls, let them go, and then they went around after a little bit and were like, "Oh shit, this really happened to me," because of the drugs and everything he pumped them up with.
Well, so on the third day of Vigil's torture, basically, while Ray was at work, Henley accidentally left the keys to the restraints on the table near where Vigil was chained up. And she seized the opportunity. She lunged for the keys, and she was able to free her hands. The girlfriend, Hendy, tried to stop her, but she stabbed her in the neck with an ice pick.
Oh. Mm-hmm. I didn't know that part of it.
She ran out of the trailer naked, wearing only a slave collar and padlocked chains.
I think that's her right there. We can actually show that picture.
I will.
But yeah, she ran out there naked with a slave collar, and that was it. So, did the girlfriend survive? I thought she did. I thought they all went on trial and stuff like that. So.
Hold on, you're asking me questions while I'm trying to.
I know. I'm sorry, trying not to keep dead space from coming in here. But here's the victim right here.
Hold on. No, not here's the victim right here. Not yet.
Oh. That's sorry.
Okay, so here you go. That's her.
Yep. Actually, very pretty girl. So.
And this is her talking to the reporters in 2011, by the way. And telling them basically what had happened. And
mind you, we're gonna do some stuff on the victims and stuff like that right now, and then we'll get into his history and stuff.
Well, so actually, we're gonna talk about him first.
Yeah.
I just wanted to talk about basically what got him caught first.
Hi, Natalie.
Hey, Natalie. Maybe he lied about where he put him. That's right. It's
possible.
Very possible.
The thing with him, he was also a park ranger, I think, and he did a lot of stuff. And like he was out in the wilderness. He was able to hide them.
She's tan.
She's tan.
Yeah. Yes.
I think was that in Arizona? Yeah. I think he was in Arizona. But he was a park ranger. He was able to hide bodies and had a lot of places to hide a body. It's kind of no different than where we live at right now.
It was in New Mexico, by the way.
Sorry, New Mexico. It's no different than where we live at right now because we're literally like an hour away from the Mojave. Oh, and if you need to hide a body, you're in the Mojave, and that's it. Sorry.
I do have a problem with us with you constantly saying that, because one of these days we're gonna get in trouble and they're gonna use that as some kind of evidence, thinking that we fucking killed people.
Serial killers all the time, and you talk about the Mojave Desert all the time and mine shafts.
So, David Parker Ray.
David Rape.
I said Ray.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Why are you holding a knife? Give me that.
No reason.
He was born in Belen, New Mexico in 1939. There's not a whole lot known about his childhood outside of the fact that he was mainly raised by his grandfather. But he did regularly see his father, but his father would beat him.
So there was some abuse.
Mm-hmm. So, as a kid, he was bullied for his shyness around girls. These insecurities drove him to drink and abuse drugs.
The crazy thing...
I heard the Mojave's nice around this time of the year. Yeah, it's better than...
never nice.
It's better than when it's summer.
The Mojave around this time of year is always hot. It doesn't matter what time of year it is, the Mojave is fucking hot.
Definitely, a park ranger would know where to put the bodies, definitely. So... he served in the U.S. military and in the Army, and he received an honorable discharge at the end of his enlistment. He was married and divorced 4 times throughout his life. And it's believed that his killing spree actually began sometime during the mid-50s, but only came to light when Vigil escaped.
This was that was the only thing. He did, like I said, he did actually let someone else go. He did let them go, but he pumped them. I'm pretty sure we're gonna get into it, but he pumped them so much full of like, what is it called, sodium pentothal or something like that. I think in the last show that was on, Psychic Cindy brought it up.
I can't show that one.
No, there's titties and vaginas on that one.
Actually, they're not very visible, but yeah.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so after arresting him, the police gained a warrant to search his home and trailer, and that's when they found the toy box. It contained that gynecologist type table in the middle with a mirror mounted to the ceiling so that the victims would have to actually watch what was happening to them while it was happening. All over the floor, there were whips, chains, pulleys, straps, clamps, leg spreading bars, surgical blades, saws, and several sex toys. There was even this like wooden contraption used to bend over and immobilize his victims.
Kind of like a sawhorse.
While he and his friends would rape them. And
again, one of the most messed up part about this, it wasn't just his girlfriend and his friends involved in us. His daughter was involved in us too. Mm-hmm.
So, on the walls, there were actually detailed diagrams showing different methods and techniques to inflict pain. In the trailer, the police also discovered a videotape from 1996 showing a terrified woman being raped and tortured by both Ray and his girlfriend. With the publicity that surrounded his arrest and the disturbing circumstances of the crime, another woman actually came forward with a similar story. Angelica Montano was an acquaintance of Ray's who, after visiting his house to borrow cake, had been drugged, raped, and tortured and left by the highway out in the desert. She was found by the police, but there was no follow-up on her case.
Okay, but this is the weird thing where it's like, he clearly was a serial rapist. Him and his group of people, he clearly was very much a serial rapist. They all were.
Yeah.
But this is where I keep saying, I'm going to keep questioning, did he really kill people? There's a good
chance. Who
chance.
the fuck borrows cake?
Exactly. I think it's one of those things they messed up on it. She went over to borrow stuff.
Cake mix.
She went over to borrow stuff to make cake mix or to make cake and stuff like that.
You can't borrow any of that stuff, is what she's saying.
Well, I know you can't, but no, I think she went over there to borrow like sugar and stuff like that because they're actually very close neighbors. This is another thing. Like, he actually was kind of close right there, but it was a soundproof box. But being that he let someone go, he just dropped him off on the side of the road, and he did
that a few times though.
He did do it a few times, and it's like, why would you let them go? That's the question right here, and I know it sounds really fucked up to say that, but it's like, why would you let them go?
Here's the thing,
Jessica, but still.
He would often use drugs that induced amnesia and memory loss. And so, sodium pentanol and phenobarbital. So, basically, they couldn't exactly... Everything would be fuzzy. Nothing... Like, they'd get bits of it. It's like when you've gone through trauma in general, how your brain tries to block it out.
It also shows how fucked up the police were right here. She was found on the side of the road. Said she was... I think she did say she was raped, but couldn't remember what was going on, and the police were like, meh.
Yeah, oh yeah. Jessica, but still.
Who the fuck borrows cake? But still.
So, with this stronger case, the two victims testifying in the crime, the police were able to actually press Cindy Hendy. That name is horrible. Yep. God. Cindy is a great name. Cindy Hendy. Punch your parents. Punch them in the fucking throat.
Well, it's not their fault that she got the laugh. Maybe that's the reason why she became a serial rapist.
Because her name was horrible.
Yeah.
Because it rhymed.
Cindy Hendy. Say it 3 times fast in the mirror, she'll come and pull you in your box.
So... So basically, when they pressed her harder and saying, hey, we got 2 victims here. that are coming forward and testifying, she totally folded and began telling that she knew of all the murders and that his daughter, Glinda, was helping, and she went by Jesse, and several friends, Dennis Roy Yancey. She just like bleh, all the information out. You know?
Jessica, you are contributing fine to the conversation. You're making us laugh, and I like it. Natalie, that actually makes sense.
Well, hold on. I was going to bring up Richards first. So, what if he just sucked at killing, so he let them go and lied about where the bodies were? You never know.
That could be it.
That's a possibility.
But Natalie said something right here that's actually pretty...
Sadists have some very obscure triggers. So, this might explain why he let some of them go and not some.
Because...
True.
A couple of them, he actually did everything he wanted them to do, and then he was done with them. Mm-hmm. Whereas one of them might have moved wrong, or fucking got mouthy, or maybe these ones got mouthy even during the stuff, and so...
Probably hoping for a plea deal, her just vomiting up the information. I mean, here's the thing. If you're going to do these heinous things, learn how to shut your damn mouth, at least.
Well, no,
or just die.
I'm surprised they're not bringing it up here. One of the people that actually, his daughter, they're not bringing it up here, but his daughter was one of them. I think she actually got off. His daughter was one of the first people to call on him, even though she was a part of it. So she like literally got mad at him and then called on him and said, "Oh, there's an issue here." And then he was able to get out of some of the stuff that he did.
That's her, by the way. That's his daughter.
Yeah.
Who helps their dad rape people?
Because more than likely he was doing it to her and train and conditioned her to go along with this.
A blur stupid shit all night.
Yeah, let's do this, Jessica.
Yes.
By the way, Jessica's one of my oldest friends. She's fucking awesome.
So Yancey, which by the way, I named your car, and it's making me sad that there's a Yancey in this.
Stockholm Syndrome, yes.
Yeah, maybe Stockholm Syndrome, definitely.
But his daughter was an active participant in it. It wasn't a Stockholm Syndrome. She was very, very active in it.
So after Hendy had turned on all of them, Yancey admitted to participating in the murder of Marie Parker, a woman who was abducted, drugged, and tortured for days by both Ray and his daughter before Yancey strangled her to death in 1997.
But no body.
Again, no body, and Ray was...
I said longest friend, Jessica. Longest, one of my oldest friends. And you are very tiny.
Well,
you're shorter.
Real fast. They didn't say Ray murdered her. They said Yancey did.
So do we have possibly another Manson situation where you have the one horny old dude who just wants to fuck, and then you have everyone else who's actually fucking murderers here and stuff like that? Sounds
like it. So now we're getting into the abduction of Kelly Garrett. Some of the details about the woman in the video, she was so one of the videos that was released, the one from 96, the police actually released some details of it, and she was identified by her ex-mother-in-law as Kelly Garrett. And that was a former friend of the daughter, actually.
Just gonna make me laugh.
Littlest and oldest?
Oh,
well, fuck, Frank.
I'm always older than you. Sorry.
So, God, that's definitely IPA burps.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to burp in this general direction.
General direction. So.
I know, I tried to take those out for you. I knew it was going to bother you.
On July 24th, 1996, Garrett, after getting into a fight with her then husband, decided to spend the night playing pool at a local saloon with Jessie, which, by the way, Glinda's nickname was Jessie, if I didn't mention that earlier.
So was every one of her victims Jessie's girl?
Apparently.
Yeah, I'm sorry. She's reading and I'm like going,
So she wanted to go out with Jessie, and in the process, Jessie decided to roofie her. And she and her father placed a dog collar and leash on her and brought her to his trailer. He then raped and tortured her for 2 days, keeping her on date rape drugs the entire time. After 2 days, Ray slit her throat. So this is David Ray.
This is actual David Ray Parker.
David Parker Ray.
Or,
David Parker Ray. Their last name is Ray.
oh, sorry, I keep messing that up.
So, he actually slit her throat and dumped her on the side of the road. Miraculously, though, Garrett did survive the encounter. But no one, neither her husband nor police, believed her story.
You have a sliced throat. You're on the side of the road. You clearly need a rape kit.
Yeah.
That's the first thing they do.
Well,
Take him.
Her husband actually believed that she cheated on him that night and filed for divorce.
I'm sorry, Jessica. You're an RN. Can you explain what would happen if you?
Linda equal Jesse. Got it.
Yeah, if you found, if by chance someone brought in a girl who was clearly a victim of something with a slit throat, the first thing you do, right, is take care of the wound and then a rape kit, right?
Well, I mean, with a slit throat, you don't necessarily jump to... Whoa.
Sorry.
You don't necessarily jump to, hey, let's do a rape kit. But
it's probably very clear the fact that she had memory loss, she had all this other stuff going on. She probably clearly looked like she was abused in every way possible. Oh, who's mom tonight?
refreshments and narcotics.
I love you, Jessica. You're
At
awesome.
this moment, you mean everything. We're chilling. This is fun. Awesome. So I have another picture that I'm uploading right now.
Can we show it?
Yes, we
There's
can.
no dildos in this one.
There's no dildos.
There's no dildos in it.
So what this is, though,
That's part of it.
that is the
That's part-
straps, the chains, the things that he was
Chips, whips, and dildos.
basically just all the restraints
Yep.
that were on the wall.
Okay.
Exactly. Not necessarily. Depends on how she presents.
This person right here, right? This person's found on the side of a fucking highway. This person has clearly being an RN, being a nurse, and they're brought to you.
She just said not necessarily.
I don't know. I'm sorry.
She literally answered your question, and you're asking it again.
I just wanted to ask it again.
So, she had a limited recollection of the events over the past 2 days. But remembered being raped by Ray. Dom, having a great time watching this. Thank you!
You know, I'm sorry, but her husband was a douche.
Oh, her husband's absolutely a douche. For going,
you're-
you cheated on me, let's get a divorce.
You fucking cheated on me, I'm getting a divorce from you. But your throat was slit. I mean, your throat was slit, and you can't remember anything.
You totally did it willingly, right?
So,
Yeah.
did you just slit your own throat here?
So, basically, the drugs, as well as the socioeconomic standing of many of the women involved, made it difficult for their testimony to be readily accepted by jurors. Meaning, the socioeconomic standing being that there was a lot of women that were prostitutes. There were women that maybe had gotten in fights with their husbands and were up at saloons. That kind of thing. They knew who to go after.
He was very much a victimizer, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, he knew who to go after.
Remembering rape? Yes, rape kit.
He knew who to pick out if he was at a bar or something like that, and he saw someone in a fight, and they're clearly sad.
Rihanna.
Sticks and stones may break my bones, but whips and chains excite me. Oh, what movie was that?
It's not a movie. It's Rihanna singing. That's why I said Rihanna.
Rana? But he's, like I said, he's very much a victimizer. If he was at a bar, or if his group of guys were at a bar, they saw that a woman was in distress in any way, shape, or form because they had a fight, they had whatever going on, or being a sex worker, especially being in the United States, sex workers aren't protected in any way, shape, or form here, which is why a lot of serial killers go after them. That's what they went after.
So he was able to beat 2 of the cases that were brought up against him. But he was ultimately sentenced to 224 years in prison for the numerous offenses involved in the abduction and sexual torture of these women. That's not even regarding the murders, because, well,
They never.
They were able to. Well, he said, "Yeah, I murdered people."
They couldn't get him because it was.
Yeah.
It was
No body of evidence.
Yeah.
Literally.
No bodies. There's no bodies, so they couldn't get him on murder.
So, and then his daughter was given 9 years in prison for it. And his girlfriend was given 36 years in prison.
You bring him down. He's going.
Yeah, so sadly, sex workers are often targets of this kind of crime. They are often considered invisible. In fact, Otis and I got into a conversation about this
Were we talking
a little bit ago. No, well, Otis,
I think last week we were also talking about this too.
a little bit, yes.
Wait, say it one more time. Say a little bit. Oh, 3 times. A little bit's gonna show up here. A little bit's gonna show up.
So basically, Otis and I were talking about it, and then we did discuss it a little bit on last week's show.
She's definitely showing up now. You said.
Okay, God.
Sorry.
Please show up a little bit. So basically, the reason why it's so easy to target sex workers is because they're kind of invisible already.
It's also a means.
A lot of them are on drugs. A lot of them are escaping something. A lot of them are they don't want to be seen anyway.
Another reason is too, the reason why the crimes go unseen is because, well, I mean, look at Willie Pickton, for example. And another guy we're going to cover, too, is I'm planning on doing notes on him, because he's a very prolific serial killer. A lot of stuff happened under him, which more likely a lot of people in Northern America actually ate people. But the reason why they would go after him, or they didn't really go after him so much, is because he was kind of clearing, for the police in Vancouver, he was clearing the books. Places like America, you're clearing the books because these people are doing illegal work. You have places like Austria who's actually legalized sex work and made it a contract or a job where you become contractors and stuff like that. You end up protecting them and stuff like that because they actually... people are watching them and stuff like that. Cops are taking care of them.
A lot of them are runaways too. Yeah, you're right. And so nobody really would miss them. Sex workers are not often invisible corner workers. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you know what? Honestly, I agree. I know this is like a really hot ticket subject, but I'll put my opinion out there. I don't really give a shit.
They're workers. They deserve their rights. They deserve.
People watch porn.
It's the oldest profession in the fucking world.
People, listen for a second.
Sorry.
Calm down. People watch porn. There are already people out there who literally have sex for a living, and they're filmed doing it. And just because they're filmed doing it, it's not a prostitute. Now, I'm not calling any of them prostitutes, honestly. But, hi, Amy.
Well, I mean, if they unionize, if you legalize it, then they can unionize.
Well, no. If you legalized it, then, benefits.
If you legalize it, you have government protection. And like I brought up, Austria has that. Places like Austria do have where they legalize
what did I miss? We're talking about legalizing sex work.
We're talking about David Ray Parker. Or David Parker Ray. No, yeah, David Parker Ray. We're talking about the toy box killer, but we're going off on a tangent about sex workers and the fact they need to be.
I do think that it needs to be legalized.
Well, I mean, you have everything from OnlyFans. OnlyFans is completely illegal for people to do. It is.
Yeah.
But then someone walking the streets is going to get popped by a cop instead of protected by the cop?
The thing is, I also think that maybe if it was legalized, it wouldn't be the same kind of...
It'd be more regulated.
Situation. Yeah, it would definitely be more regulated and not by a...
Oh,
Jesus Christ, Frank.
So, okay.
Thank you, Kelly!
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. Okay, well, actually, we're going off on a tangent. Let's get back into David Parker Ray. Sorry, I keep fucking his name up. I don't know why.
This is Franktastic.
Thank you. This show is Franktastic.
I see Tom in porn.
Natalie's comments real fast.
Yeah, it could help with human trafficking too. I think it would regulate or offer regulated and monitored.
You know, not to go off on this anymore. There's a lot of stuff we can talk about later on in another episode or something like that should be legalized. which would kill the drug trade, kill human trafficking, kill all this other stuff, but we keep it illegal for reasons. But anyway.
So, okay, in addition to RN, I'm also in the lifestyle. It really depends on the details of what's illegal and what's not. Most often, online is very legal.
Yes.
Agreed. Anyway, we could talk about that a little bit more, Jessica.
Text me on the side.
So, okay, here we go. After receiving 224 years in prison, the bastard only served 3 years because he had a heart attack and died.
Well, here's the deal, David Parker Ray. Toward the end, Viagra actually started helping him out a lot. No joke. It actually really started helping him out, and actually started because he started having major heart problems the last few years. He was doing this, so he had to take Viagra to get it up. The one thing he was killing or doing stuff since the 50s, right?
Yeah.
By the time the 90s came along, and mind you, he was already in the 50s. He was already, I think it was in his 30s.
Thank you.
And then when the 90s came along, he was in his 70s. The picture we showed of him, he was almost in his 70s and stuff like that. So and he was clearly having issues. So
basically, what I was trying to say, though, is this fucktard deserved to be tortured like he tortured these women.
Oh, he did.
But the son of a bitch only got 3 years because he got lucky and died of a heart attack.
Well, look at not the Golden State Killer, but
it was only in 2002, by the way. So May 28th, 2002, he had a heart attack 3 years into his fucking sentence, and he fuck him.
And I think he was probably put on death row too. So he didn't.
He was not on death row.
Oh, never mind. That's right, because they never found any of the bodies.
224 years. He did not get death sentence because he was mostly charged for the rape and the torture.
Yeah.
I can show this.
You can. This is part of his toy box right here. But yeah, he was oh, I can't think what I was going to say right now.
Aw, thank you.
Natalie, I hope he's taking pineapples these days.
Pineapples these days.
Too.
That's what I was laughing at. That's what
Me too.
So, another little glimpse into more of his toy box.
Again, we can't show everything from his toy box because there's some pretty messed up things in there.
Yeah,
but
like, look at this.
Is that a feminine condom?
I think so.
That is. What the fuck?
So that he could, I don't know.
And then you got that.
Sadly, I like that candelabra.
I do like that candelabra.
So these were other items that were found in his trailer. Henley and Yancey both identified areas that they believed Ray disposed of the bodies. Police found no human remains in any of these locations. It's believed that a serial killer who put this amount of effort into his horrifying toy box and who killed numerous women over many years would likely have a greater number of victims. The many unidentified personal effects and jewelry found in his trailer also point to a greater number of victims. And so, basically, 10 years ago, they were still saying we're still getting good leads.
There's nothing. They can't find any of them. Like I said, he was a park ranger. He knew where to put victims. If it's all true. Granted, again, he was a serial rapist, and so was his group of people. But if it was all true, he knew what to do with them. And the only reason why he started messing up was because he got old. Mm-hmm. You know?
So, a little bit more into the trials. Because we're actually going to probably end a little early at this point.
Yeah, there wasn't much to this, but...
Some people have just had some pineapples in my sundae.
Oh, we were making jokes about the Dom and Tom show.
I'm afraid to know what he wants to do with feminine condoms. That's just fucked up.
Right?
I kind of had an idea.
What? I don't get it. Like, if you're killing people, what is it? Fuck, I'm that fucked
so
up
there's
killer.
No semen. He probably used a feminine condom and a male condom.
But he also knew that he's been doing this from the 50s. He's been hiding bodies left and right, and no one's found shit. Serial killers become bold and they don't care. So, That's another thing with serial
So-
killers, to bring it up.
She said, I think all killers have far more victims than have been discovered. Absolutely.
Very true, but the one thing that serial killers do is they do want to communicate and talk about this stuff.
Well,
and
they
actually,
embellish a
not
lot,
just embellish,
too.
but while things are going on, most killers want to brag.
That's the thing. They want to get caught, but they don't want to get caught.
He didn't brag. He didn't brag at all because the only reason why he got caught was because they got sloppy.
Well, so, okay. This is talking about the trials here. A decision was made to try the cases involving Ray's attacks in 3 trials. One for his acts against Cynthia Vigil, who's the one we showed you the picture of. One of those was against Monica Montano. Angelica. I don't know why I said Monica.
Well, Monica Montano or Angelica Montano is actually a good name.
Angelica Montano. And one of those was against Kelly Garrett. So trial 1 resulted in a mistrial and a retrial with a conviction in the retrial on all 12 accounts. Montano died before trial 2. So there was no conviction.
Oh, because she was a sex worker and I think she OD'd.
I didn't really look more
wrong.
into that. Hold on.
Natalie and Henry Lee Lucas did them all. Exactly. Natalie went on.
This dude sounds like he could be a Cannibal Corpse song.
Yes.
Yeah, and Henry Lee Lucas did them all. Right?
Henry Lee Lucas was part of a satanic cult that murdered and assassinated people, and he was very much an assassin.
They probably find Jimmy Hoffa before they find his bodies.
It's been going on for a little bit.
You know, I have theories about Jimmy Hoffa. You know what? I think we need to do a show.
Jimmy Hoffa episode.
We need to do a show where we bring some of our other content artists in or whatever.
We are.
And it's going to be what happened to Jimmy Hoffa. And
I'm
it'll be all
sorry.
of our theories.
We are always working here, and we're doing show prep in the middle of shows.
All of our theories. Like, seriously, Natalie, Tom, Dom, Otis. We should do a show where we go over all of these, like, theories for Hoffa. So how long... Oh,
Yes!
okay.
Hammer smash face.
If he's going to be accountable corpse. I'm sorry.
I read
It
it.
is no longer Cannibal Corpse. It's Accountable Corpse.
I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Do you want a Cannibal Corpse band that's gonna, like, get your daughter home tonight? It's a Cannibal Corpse.
So, how long was it going on? Since the 50s.
50s to 1999.
They caught him, I think they caught him in like 2000.
Well, 99
really.
was when the main victim got away and they were able to
Cindy, of course you should join. I was just throwing out a bunch of names real fast. I'm sorry. You are not chopped liver. And Natalie says, yes!
Yes!
So, this is when my candy's kicking in.
Okay, we gotta get through this fast. Liz is getting stoned, I'm getting buzzed.
So,
That was the chair. I didn't
Ray
fart.
agreed to a plea bargain in which he was sentenced in 2001 to 224 years in prison for numerous offenses in the abduction and sexual torture of 3 young women at his Elephant Butte Lake home. Elephant Butte. Take the E off. It's Elephant Butt Lake.
From now on, it's Elephant Butt League. So,
His daughter, Glenda Jean Ray, known as Jessie, was tried for charges of kidnapping. She was sentenced to 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
No. Okay, yeah. 2.5 years and an additional 5 years to be served on probation. So
she's done.
supposedly she got 9 years, but
She's out.
this is saying, like, we got grabbed 2 sets of notes. So this is saying that she just did time served and got probation.
They're
and
basically
shit.
saying that she was part of the kidnapping where she actually pulled the people in and all that stuff, but she wasn't. She was actually an active participant in all that stuff. But she did 2 years time and then 5 years probation.
Stone Bus Show. Right.
So was it 2001, 2 years, 2003, and then she's completely done with prison right now. She's out living her life, even though she was an active part in this. She was very much an active part. In
Okay, so Hoffa's not going to be the next show. It's going to be the show. It would be the show after like April 16th.
Yeah, we got some.
I think April 23rd. We could try it.
We have a lot of stuff planned right now.
Oh no! Oh
no! Uh-oh. Did we get muted? No, we didn't get
muted. No. She lost audio.
Oh no! Many.
So, in 1999, accomplice Dennis Roy Yancey was convicted of the strangulation murder of Marie Parker in Elephant Butte, which Ray recorded.
He recorded a lot of stuff.
He was smart there. He recorded somebody else doing the murder. But he didn't record all the other stuff. Interesting.
Like I said, the only reason why he got caught... Actually, I think when they left the keys there, I don't think it was him. I think it was his accomplice who left the keys out. He went to work, whereas his accomplice or someone else left the keys out, and that's when she lunged for it. Vigil, or what her name is.
Check this out. So, in 2010, Yancey was paroled after serving 11 years in prison. But the release was delayed by difficulties in negotiating a plan for residence. 3 months after his release in 2011, Yancey was charged with violating his parole. He was remanded to custody, where he is to remain until this year.
2020?
2021.
So he's done.
To serve the rest of his original sentence. So this year he's getting out.
This year he's done. What other serial killer we're talking about that were done too?
I forgot.
Oh, I forgot. There was another serial killer we were talking about. They actually got done with their sentence. They're like, you can go.
Fuck yeah!
Oh, nice.
I forgot. I totally forgot.
Vegas is fully open too.
No, I forgot that he proposed and she said yes.
Nice!
And
nice,
so this is an early bachelor party because they're going to be in Tampa, Florida for WrestleMania.
Are you guys actually able to go to WrestleMania? Are they? Oh, it's Florida. I think they're allowing
in Florida.
that.
No, Sykes is out here, but they're going to be in Florida.
No, I know. I think WrestleMania, when the Buccaneers beat
Dude,
the
have fun
Chiefs.
in Vegas. If it was girls going, I would say you have to go to Dick's Last Resort.
You have to!
Remember to ask for taco.
Well, and not in Tampa, Florida, in
no,
Vegas.
When he's in Vegas, Dick's Last Resort is it's where taco dances.
So I think we're actually done.
Hold on.
Are we done or?
No, we're not.
No, we're not done. I'm sorry.
So, in 2000, Cindy Hendy, she testified against Ray and received a sentence of 36 years for her role in the crimes. She was scheduled to receive parole in 2017. She was actually released on July 15th, 2019, after serving 2 years of her parole in prison. Or after serving the 2 years of her parole in prison.
So, okay.
Okay.
The weird thing, so she was actually, she did...
That sentence didn't make sense.
No, it doesn't make sense, but she basically got released, or they
paroled her.
They paroled her.
Yeah.
2019, she's out. She was out in 2019. So she's been out for a little bit.
What's up, roomies? Monster, Alicia.
Hello. Thank you.
Alicia.
Alicia.
I'm going to say, since the C is capitalized, it's Alicia.
Or Alicia. Jessica, I just gave you a new nickname for her as Alicia.
So,
just
on...
JJ Ombre. I used to call you JJ Ombre.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry.
I literally have one sentence.
One sentence and we're done.
It just blurred.
We're almost done, JJ Ombre.
What state is this guy in? I'll make sure to have a pickaxe waiting for him.
We don't know. We actually don't know where they're at because...
New Mexico.
No. When they're fully paroled, they serve their sentence. They can go live their life wherever they need to live.
They're from New Mexico, though.
But they are from New Mexico.
So, on May 28th, 2002, Ray was taken to the Lee County Correctional Facility in Hobbs, New Mexico, to be questioned by state police. He died of a heart attack before the interrogation took place.
Yeah. Again, we brought this up earlier. He died of a heart attack.
3 years into his sentence. Yeah. Into his 224-year sentence.
He was going to die in prison, but he was already old.
No, that bastard needed to sew.
He did.
I hate you from JJ
Oh,
Ombre.
whatever, JJ Ombre. You miss us. You miss me. You need
Whoa!
you need to meet Liz. You haven't met Liz yet, so
Not in person.
not
Yeah,
in person.
we've talked a bit.
So I think that's it.
Yeah, I think we are good here. Oh God, what are we
are we
doing
doing
next week?
Oh, the Unrights, those fucking assholes, are doing cooking tomorrow night.
Well, yeah.
The Unrights are going to cook. The Beast Unright and Jugs Unright, they're dicks.
Not sure what we're gonna what they're gonna cook.
I don't know, but they might be cooking for you guys tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, also, this is Tom's World at 11 o'clock. And then on Sunday, the other Unrights, Chaos, Squeaks, and Defaced will be on too.
The original Unrights.
The actual Unrights.
The actuals.
We're just the substitutes. Sorry.
So, just
Beast.
to let you know, next week for us is going to be the I-5 Strangler, not to be confused with the I-5 Killer. And then on the 9th, we are actually going to be doing H.H. Holmes. On the 16th, we actually have an interview.
We do.
And then the 23rd, we could probably not do
No.
Hoffa yet because we need to get a group of people for that.
The 23rd, I think we're all off. There's something else going on with the first person from
Yeah,
Michael Myers.
yeah.
Can't think of her name right now, but the
H.H.
actual...
But no, we're not announcing that.
Oh, never mind.
Shh.
Now we put it up.
No, she didn't. She didn't say what or why. H.H. Holmes!
Yeah, we're doing H.H. Holmes.
Next week can be cartwheels and juggling.
I'm sorry. Next week's
If I did a cartwheel, I'd get a black eye.
Cam B. We can cam this, and it's going to be cartwheels and juggling.
I made boneless chicken breast, homemade mashed potatoes, and homemade red beans and rice.
We have Popeye's chicken.
Dom.
Dom, I know you're listening.
Dom, we have Popeye's chicken.
Dom and Cindy, we have Popeye's chicken.
Okay.
All right.
All right, guys.
We're going to play some commercials real fast, and we're out of here.
We're going to
guys.
play a few commercials because we need,
Just
do
a couple
that.
minutes. So, and we're out of here.
Bye.
Thank you.
This is Mr. Applewhite speaking. There is nothing wrong with your device. Join me here on Psycho Bunny DC. A delightfully dreadful consternation of horror content. Drink head and free your mind.
It's that time, kids. Hold on to your heads. Join Psychomantium 13. Each week for thrills, chills, and a horrific good time. Don't lose your heads. Join Psychomantium 13 and enter the weird.